Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Oh, yes. I've been waiting all week for this. Welcome to DBL. It is
Friday.
Thank you. A little
Yes,
sassy
thank
the way you said that. Friday.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. I am Tori here with Erica, and Brandon joins us from home. Brandon, how you feeling?
Hey, B.
I'm feeling great. I feel blessed, and it's just one of those things where I'm so happy that I get to be on this panel with you two today. I know we're gonna put some smiles on these people's faces going into this weekend.
Wow, Brandon put a smile on mine, Velo. All right, let's just give you an update of right now what's going on with the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She is lying in state right now at the U.S. Capitol. I want everyone to know this is the very first woman ever and the first Jewish American person ever to receive that honor. It's amazing. She's still breaking barriers even after death. And I wanted to share some of these striking images of people, even young boys, wearing her signature white collar to honor her legacy. Wow, that's amazing. Erica, what do you feel?
Well, you know, when I first heard the news, I immediately asked how you were doing because I know that RBG, like, I wouldn't know as much about RBG as I do if it weren't for you because she has been your shero, and
Absolutely.
I know what type of toll that takes on someone when someone that important in your life passes away. So, I mean, in terms of her legacy, what's the biggest thing you'll remember?
This one case that I can't stop remembering is when a 13-year-old girl was the constitutionality of being strip searched and her backpacks being searched and her underwear being searched in school. And 8 men on the court said it was fine. And she was the lone dissenter wearing her collar. And you know what she said? Well, my colleagues have never been a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And that's why you need representation.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that was for some reason that sticks with me is thank God we had her on there.
Yeah.
Because there were so few women on there. Whew, we'll miss you, RBG. Brandon, I want to get your take on this. There were more protests across the country last night over the decision about Breonna Taylor, and some did turn violent. A warning to our viewers, this is a little graphic. So we're going to start in Hollywood, California. Oh my God, I've seen it before and I can't get over it. The driver of a pickup truck hit a female protester, knocking her over, and then drove over her. It sounds like she's gonna be okay. I want everyone to know that. She was oh my God. She was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. I can't just like speak over that. That's, okay, wow. Meantime, in Louisville, there was another night of demonstrations with a couple dozen protesters, including a state representative, Attica Scott, who proposed the Breonna's Law legislation in the first place that stopped no-knock warrants. She was arrested. Speaking of which, a lot of you on social media are talking about what Charles Barkley said last night on TNT's pregame show. Let's watch and we'll discuss after.
You know, we do have to take into account that her boyfriend did shoot at the cops and shot a cop. So, like I say, even though I'm really sorry she lost her life, I don't think that we can just say we can put this in the same situation with George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. I just don't believe that.
All right, let's go. Brandon, you're a former professional athlete. Did he step in it, or what do you think of his take?
If you say he stepped in it, I don't think he necessarily stepped in it. I think he was towing the line. And when you're towing that line in a situation like this, you're just as wrong as someone that picked one side or the other. Now, when it comes to what he said, the problem I have when people are talking about how the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot first, no one ever says that he was acting under his right, yep, in a stand your ground state.
Right.
No one says that. They always try and make it like this guy just randomly started firing at the police. When you're doing that, Chuck, when you're doing that, Shaq, make sure that you're throwing all of the facts out there so people can kind of understand what it is you're exactly saying. Because if you don't put facts behind it and you just leave it to something as broad as, oh, they were acting under the law, he was shooting at the police, now you open yourself up for not only backlash, but for people to be upset and angry with what it is that you said.
That's really interesting, Brandon. You're getting tons of responses. April Phillips says exactly, Brandon. Marquita Baker says preach. Gabriel Garcia says be low. Erica, what was your take? Did he step in it?
I felt like it was completely unnecessary. He's on TNT pregame show, which means that Breonna Taylor wasn't playing, Kenneth Walker wasn't playing. No one involved in this case was playing. So if you're going to have a commentary like that, at least know your facts. For starters, anyone who has taken a home self-defense class, as I have, because I am a responsible gun owner, this is something that is par for how you are taught. If someone is inside of your home and they are imposing an imminent threat, and an imminent threat would be forced entry into your home, especially in the way that the no-knock warrant was served. So yes, as a legal gun owner, you are 100% within your right to protect your home. That's all that Kenneth Walker did. And as a result, he was the only person to actually serve any time or get any penalty in this entire incident. So the idea that Charles Barkley would have this commentary and that Shaq would co-sign on it only further gives us these really hard feelings about a very OJ, I am not black, I am OJ situation. And that's how we're feeling right now, because you could have said nothing at all. Instead, you decided to put fuel to the fire in a commentary we did not need. So if you want to have these conversations, especially in this moment, make sure that you are respecting the moment and being proactive in moving it forward, not adding more things and nonsense to a conversation that does not need to be had.
Woo, that's so well said. If we can go back in the prompter, we did have a poll on what how many Americans were okay with the protests and not. Support for the protesters, 54% in June. Right now they're down to 39%. Of course, we're seeing some violence, and I'm sure that's affecting it.
And there's also a note that this poll was done before the Breonna Taylor non-verdict or
the
non-indictment.
So interesting.
Who knows what those numbers are
Okay,
now.
wow. Interesting to know that. Great conversation. Now, before we go to break, we got to show you some crazy video. Police in Ohio are on the hunt. I shouldn't laugh. This is crazy. They're on the hunt for a man who took off from his sentencing hearing, okay? But check out what the bailiff does as the guy bolts from the courtroom. He does this Superman move. Here we go. Whoa! Tries to catch him as he runs down the stairs. The bailiff was actually hurt in the process and was taken to the hospital with possible broken ribs. Now, the craziest thing about it is the man got away. And as far as we know, he hasn't been caught. Thoughts, Brandon? Erica?
I wonder what Charles Barkley thinks about that.
I was just going to say the same thing. Come on,
Tell us.
Chuck. What do you think about that? Brandon, what do you think? I was just going to say that.
Don't go to me, go to Charles and Shaq. You know, let's hear what they have to say. And it's kind of like when Dave Chappelle has this joke where I believe something was going, I believe it was 9/11 or something, and Fox News went to Ja Rule to see what Ja Rule had to say about something like this. Is but this is one of those things, like I'm glad the officer is all right. This just shows that what an officer is going to do in that line of duty to protect and serve in this instance. But this guy got away, and hey, I wonder what that reward is like, because I'll snitch.
Oh boy. And also I wonder why no weapons were used, and in some cases weapons were used. Coming up on DBL, we're announcing the winner of the official Daytime Emmy gift bag. Plus, catching a criminal in the act with a flying camera. This new product from Ring that's taking in-home surveillance to a whole new level. And as we go to break, check out our nearly empty studio. We made it through another week with most of our employees still working from home. Happy Friday. We'll be right back.
Introduce
Raise your hand or yell at me at the TV if you have a Ring doorbell, huh? Okay, I hear you. Thanks, Erica. Appreciate that. Those are devices to keep our homes safe, but check out Ring's newest security device. It's a drone that takes off from its base and flies around your house. It can capture video of anyone who might try to be breaking in. It can also be used remotely, so you can check to see if you left your stove on or a window open. I gotta know how you feel about this. Are we in the future? Because I feel like I'm Tom Cruise in Minority Report. Talk to me, Eric. Are you comfortable with this?
Oh, I'm definitely comfortable with
Yeah, you like
this.
this, I feel like.
I have a few surveillance cameras in my home.
You're comfortable with it?
I have a few.
Just a few?
I have a lot of surveillance cameras in my home. Yeah, I think that this is great. For one, I really do think that it is important that people canvass the area of their home and decide where their most vulnerable places are. And there are a lot of different companies you can call who will do that. And I just think in this moment, why wouldn't you do something like this? It makes total sense to me.
Okay, here's a question for Brandon. This might be a reason. What if hackers could get into your house drone? I can't believe I said it like it's a normal thing. What do you feel, Brandon? You okay with this?
Well, you know, you have to have, I believe you have to go through some sort of authentication process for
Sure.
your drone or for your iRing or whatever. But I look at it in a sense of when you're saying, oh, you can go check on the stove. Is this why we are an obese country? Because instead of walking downstairs to go check on your stove, you have to send a drone down there for it?
Brandon, they're talking about if you weren't home,
if you're
then you could check it to make sure. Because you know sometimes you leave things on. But I know this sounds so nonsensical, but I automatically thought when we were talking about this morning is if I had a drone when a man was breaking into my house, I would have known where in the house he was. But because I was in a position where I couldn't,
You were blind.
I was right, and I had to hunker down. I couldn't tell where that person was. So when the police officers got to my home, I almost jumped off the second floor because I was too scared to go through the house to open the door. Ooh. So I mean, when you think about these things, it's like just be prepared.
Yeah.
And if this is something that makes sense in your home, there you go.
You're like the Boy Scouts. Be prepared, everyone.
Yes.
This next story is a little crazy. A lot of us have a sweet tooth, sure, but the New England Journal of Medicine is reporting about a man who died from eating too much licorice, and this is serious. The 54-year-old ate a bag and a half of black licorice every single day for a few weeks, and he ended up dying when his heart stopped, and it's all because of an ingredient in the sweet. Too much of it can reportedly cause your potassium levels to plummet and bring on serious heart problems. So be wary of your licorice intake. All right? All right. Good.
Wow, that's tragically weird.
It's very tragically weird. That's the great way to say that story. We wish the family well, but be careful. We want to know those things. Coming up on DBL, you know him as a radio DJ and a Dancing with the Stars champion. We're catching up with Bobby Bones in today's Chatting with the Stars.
This
Welcome back to DBL. Bobby Bones is a fun name to say, and he is a mentor, a Dancing with the Stars champion, a radio host, and most recently an advocate for veterans who need service dogs. My heart. Tori, meaning me, spoke with him earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars. Bobby Bones, I love saying your name. Welcome to DBL. Talk to me about the pandemic. How have you been?
Yeah, I mean, I've been good as far as I'm healthy. We're just now shooting our Nat Geo show. You know, I have a show on National Geographic that got picked up, and it should start early next year, but we were delayed like most other productions for months and months. But now we've shot 4 episodes and we're moving, and hopefully I'm getting back to American Idol. If we can finish my Nat Geo show, I'll be back at Idol.
Thank God.
Like you, we're just scrambling to kind of catch up now.
Yeah, that's what everyone's doing, playing catch up. I want to ask you first about your dancing, because since your big Dancing with the Stars win in 2018, have you kept up? Are you doing like paso dobles in your bathroom? Like, what's going on?
No, I barely did them when I was on the show. You know, I definitely wasn't expecting to win that show. But you know what? I do keep up. Like last year, I got my friend Lauren Elena on the show. She ended up finishing 4th.
Nice.
I'm always Team Sharna. She's dancing this season. I talked to her last night. You know, she's one of the pros. And then on the talent side, I'm friends with AJ McClain from the Backstreet Boys, so I'm really rooting for him.
Speaking of American Idol, from dancing to singing, you were a full-time mentor on American Idol. I was obsessed with it. What are some things that you learned from the contestants in return? Did you receive anything?
Yeah, I think what happens is you see and you're reminded of the energy and the hunger when you first started. Just to see them go, man, I really want this. Here's why, and here's what I'm going to do to get it. It's re-inspiring for me. So as I'm talking with them about here's how to get from point A to B to C, it's just seeing, you know, their nervous energy. I mean, that kind of relights my fire a little bit.
It's like that hungry, green feeling of like newness. Usually I'm just hungry for like barbecue, but I totally understand what you mean. No one's really traveling right now, but we are living or can live vicariously through you as you travel the country in your show, Breaking Bobby Bones. So what kind of stories can we expect to see?
Well, I'll tell you, last week we shot a really special one with a member of the military who had lost both of his legs in an IED blast. And now he's part of the Paralympics hockey team. And so as I'm spending time with him, learning his story, I am also learning how to play sled hockey. And I'm playing against the best of the best. So I got beat up pretty good. You know, the whole show is me following someone, learning their story, and then trying to compete in what they do.
I love that Breaking Bobby Bones, you might be breaking bones for real. That's fantastic news. From hometown heroes to American heroes, you are trying to spread the word about service dogs for veterans. Can I just say that is one of my causes, so I bow down to you in all sincerity. Why is that so important to you?
Let me say that years ago, I started to go, how can I give back in a way that our vets, our troops will feel it right now? And one of the things that I found out was that a lot of them suffer from PTSD. They don't have the tools necessary when they get back. And so each of these dogs, by the way, costs $20,000. So on my radio show, The Bobby Bones Show, we started buying dogs for vets. Purina Dog Chow was doing that too. These bags behind me, if you buy one of those, every time you buy a bag, a donation is made. So that's what we're trying to do as far as raise money. But we're also trying to get the Senate now to pass this bill. It's already been through the House. Now we're at the Senate. It's the Pause for Veterans Therapy Act. And the letter's already written. All you have to do is go to the website and click where you are and who your senator is, and we lined it all out for you. But dogchow.com/service, you can go there and see how you can make a difference, even if you don't have a dog and you just love our vets.
That's incredible. Call your representative, call your senators, and make sure we pass that bill. Good job. Bravo, sir. Bobby Bones, thanks so much for chatting.
Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
And
thanks.
I appreciate what you do too.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought
Welcome back to DBL. California could be the first state to completely pull the plug on gas vehicles. We're chatting about it on today's DBL Drive, sponsored by who, y'all?
CarShield.
That's right. California's governor just banned the sale of new gasoline-powered passenger cars and trucks in 15 years. Now, this doesn't mean people can't own gas-powered cars or sell them, but in 2035, you can no longer purchase one. If people start switching to electric-powered cars, the new order should reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 35%. Several other countries have made similar commitments, but California would be the first U.S. state. When it comes to your car, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. Good. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think this will force automakers to speed up zero-emission cars? I think that's a great thing.
I think it is a great thing. I also think that it's a very privileged thing.
Very California, LA.
Yeah, well, you have to consider, like, who is going to be able to afford this and what are the resources going to be. I think that, yes, we need to 100% improve this planet.
Sure.
And California is a great place to start, but we also are going to have to either subsidize housing or subsidize something else in order to have people be able to afford something.
That's
like
very
this.
true. Brandon, you don't drive. Would you drive a gas-free emissions car if you had a choice?
No, I love Uber, so I would love to ride in the back of a gas-free Uber or Lyft, because I don't discriminate in companies.
Good for you.
I would love to be in the back of one of those.
Where are you? Like a Washington Post reporting office? Like, where are you? Okay, before we leave.
I am in. I am in the New York Giants football facility.
That's why I got you. All right. Well, before we leave, it's time to announce the winner of the giveaway for the Daytime Emmy gift bag. So a reminder, the gift bag is full of amazing luxury products that were given to guests at this year's Daytime Emmys. We asked to hear from you, DBL Nation, about your year, basically, and the winner is, I'm getting so excited, Lauren Miller from Gunter, Texas.
Yes.
Congratulations and mazel tov. She looks like a little crafty person, a little flower in her hair. Let's check out her submission. Take a look.
I'm a 30-something mom to a 9-year-old tween who I'm homeschooling. I always said I would never homeschool, but here we are. We choose to stay home. We almost lost my husband in heart surgery in 2012. So it's vital that we all stay as healthy as possible. Your giveaway looks so awesome. We would really enjoy that kit. Thanks so much.
Nicest person I've ever seen.
So stinking cute.
Nicest person I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that's the nicest human being on earth. Is that an angel? She had a halo on her head, had that flower fit. We love you. DBL's new every day. I want to be you, Lauren Miller. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place. Love her. Love her.